Back to the channel, guys. My name is Gene. You guys are watching Lubed for December the 29th, 2023. This is season 3, episode 24. Hope your guys' Christmas was as amazing as mine was. I cooked up a nice little dinner for my mother. It was the first time she was in my place for Christmas, so it was quite amazing. And with the time that I've had off work, I've done a little bit of revamping. As you can see, the background looks a lot more different. I'm also stationed at a desk right now. I'm not kind of hovering above, kind of holding a mouse and holding my key thing that changes the graphics and that, which was, oh my God, guys, causing me a lot of frustration. Those last few episodes, I do apologize. There was a lot of title issues, a lot of stuff. I'm hoping, not like hoping that we have this cleared up. And as you can see, there's a little graphic on the side now. That is basically the agenda for what I will be discussing tonight. And I'm going to talk about quite a bit of stuff. We're going to talk about the San Jose Shark game last night, where the Oilers absolutely played the way they're supposed to play against the San Jose Sharks, with a huge 5-0 win, and Stuart Skinner earning his 4th career shutout, and 2 of which happen to be against the San Jose Sharks at the SAP Center. So that's a kind of a little interesting little tidbit. We're going to talk about Gretzky on spitting chicklets. Lots to get into on this particular episode. But one thing that came to light to me, literally, not even joking, you guys, about 20 minutes ago prior to shooting, I'm a big YouTube fan myself, and there's a lot of guys I watch on YouTube, and this one stat came that I noticed. I think it's Lego Rocks 99. The Edmonton Oilers, after 32 games last year, had a record of 17, 14, and 1 for 35 points. The current day Edmonton Oilers have a record of 16, 15, and 1 for 33 points. Literally, they are off the pace of last year's pace by 2 points. And when I saw that, it kind of made me smile, but it also made me a little concerned of how strong this Pacific Division actually is. So, yeah, when you got Vancouver in top of the league, this was not an expected thing. Even by Sammy on NHL Aftermath, he's loving it, but he did not expect the Vancouver Canucks to be as good as they are. So we got lots to get into. Wayne Gretzky was on Spitting Chicklets for a Christmas drop that they did. And you know what? After all these years, when Wayne Gretzky tells stories, there's always something new and interesting that he talks about. And it's always usually a pretty interesting story. And like just the stuff that he went through. And one of the ones, and I'm going to do this here. I'm going to add this little new banner here. I'm not going to always mention it, but there was this one thing on here that really caught my attention that he was discussing about. And it was the Oilers legend Wayne Gretzky had Roy Orbison singing the national anthem for the first Kings game he played. I guess at that time it would have been the LA Forum. Bryan Adams played his last game in New York. Wow. Can you imagine that? I was shocked to hear that. And you're always still, like, even after all these years, you're always coming up with these little tidbit gems that absolutely you just are amazed by it. But yeah, guys, I don't know if you like the spitting chicklets. It's, you know, it's definitely, I can see how some people do not like it because there's some pretty harsh language used on that channel. I'm a fan of it. I can, you know, enjoy it and with a grain of salt. I try not to bring that language to my channel, but then again, I mean, some of their stories are very interesting, and some of the topics that they are able to bring out, and they did bring out the whole Mike Babcock thing. They are the ones responsible for really bringing it to light, and good on them for that. So yeah, if you are a Spitting Chicklets fan, feel free to check that one out. it's definitely worth a look. Definitely worth a look. Okay, guys. Well, what a game. What a freaking game. But I'm also kind of tampering it a bit too. It was the 32nd overall San Jose Sharks. But that 32nd overall San Jose Sharks is the same team that they lost to, that basically was the nail in the coffin for Woody and Manson, and the rest was history, and then Knobloch came in. And they have also beat the Vancouver Canucks. So, I mean, this team can whip up a surprise from time to time, but a pretty dominant performance. Awesome for Skinner to get his fourth career shutout, second of which that happened at the SAP Center in that. So let's go over the scoring summary. It started off in the first period with Ryan McLeod. Has he not been hot? Now, since being promoted to that top six, he's been lights out amazing. He's got a couple points in this game, had a couple points in the last game. He's starting to fire on all cylinders. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Ryan McLeod. He scores first, literally at the 1 minute mark of the first period, 1 minute in. That was from Hyman and Bouchard. At 10:15, Zach Hyman would score from McDavid and Nurse. At 14:55, Bouchard would let one in from Ekholm and Brown. And then Leon Draisaitl would cap off the first period from Fogle and McLeod, and this would pull the San Jose goalie, and the backup would come in. And unfortunately, this kid was playing in his first NHL game. I don't know what his name was, but he was playing in his first NHL game, and he stunk. And that's kind of a hard thing to grasp when it comes to that. In the second period, there was only one goal, and that was Ryan Nugent-Hopkins at the 9:07 mark from CC and Nurse, and that would be it. It was a 5-0 game. There was nothing that happened in the rest of the second period, nor in the third period. The Oilers had 30 shots on goal. Their power play, they were 0 for 1, so they didn't get any power play percentage. The penalty, they were able to definitely stifle the power play of the San Jose Sharks, as they had 3 attempts and the Oilers didn't allow a thing, so they were 100% on that. Save percentage, obviously, Stewart was 25 for 25 with a 100 save percentage, or 1,000. I guess it'd be 1,000. And your first stars, Stuart Skinner, Connor McDavid, and Zach Hyman. Now, I'm kind of disputing that Connor McDavid. I think, honestly, he only had, I think, 1 assist, whereas, whatchamacallit there, Ryan McLeod had a goal and an assist. I think he should have actually fitted in that top 10, but that's ESPN's rating. They rated them as the stars that you saw. So, right on, good freaking game for the Oilers. Good way to come back. Now they're going to be really, really tough, and they take on the LA Kings. And we're going to get into that shortly. I do want to go into what I am planning for 2024 for this channel. I'm always trying to improve it. I know I do a lot of changes, and I know I'm keeping you guessing on what I'm going to pull off next. But I think if I can get this figured out, I think I'm going to kind of stick with it. So going forward in 2024, I am going to be basically continuing with a couple of the elements that I added at the beginning of the year, which is the numbers and troubleshooting. As I mentioned in the last episode, I am going to be doing what is called the rig report. So in week 1, the rig report will come out. Now I'm going to break it down. I was going to actually save this to January and actually tell you what the rig report is. So what the rig report actually is, I took a pretty extensive formula. Those of you guys that are familiar with Excel. So I did the if formula and basically have a grading system of A plus, A minor, or sorry, A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus, all the way down to the F. And what that is it corresponds to where they rank in the league on various things. So I got them where they are in power play. So if they're 16th in power play, they are, I don't know exactly, I don't have it in front of me, but they're like D minus, whatever it is. If they're shots on goals, that. When it comes to goaltender, though, I had to do it kind of a little bit different. But goaltending is such a huge, important one to the stat on how teams actually make out. So basically, it is basically wherever the best goalie or the best version of that Edmonton Oilers goalie, which is Stuart Skinner right now, and I think he was something like 40 some. So that's where I rank him. I rank him at 40 some, and that takes down that average quite a bit. You'll kind of get an idea, but it's a pretty complex formula that I used for grading it. So this isn't a subjective thing like me thinking, oh, they're only worth a D. No, this is mathematics involved. So I hope you guys will enjoy that. That is the Rig Report. I will do that at the beginning of every month, and it basically combines the body of work that the Edmonton Oilers have done since October to December, okay? And then next month when I do the Rig Report, it'll be October to the January portion. So that it's not going to be just for the month, it's going to be the season as a whole, and have they improved at all. So that's what will be coming next week. Sometime next week I will be doing that. The numbers will be in week 2. And this is where I'm going to do some number crunching, whether it's cap, whether it's power play minutes, penalty kill, just whatever that is numerical, that is somehow contributing to the Edmonton Oilers, minutes on ice, whatever it may be, that will be the numbers. That's kind of what I've always done with that. Then we will get into another news segment that I am allowing in. And this is where I want you guys to chime in. And actually, feel free to message me on X at Lubed Hockey. I think it's Gene Edwards at Lubed Hockey. I think that's what it is. I haven't been on there for a bit. And message trades that you would like to see. But I need you guys to do your proper research, because if that player has a no trade clause, I will not mention it. If that player is definitely too much to the cap, or the money doesn't, because it's always money in, money out. You hear that from Holland all the time. So I want your guys' opinion. I'll probably throw out my first one for the first one, but if you guys can help me out with this and give me one that makes me really stew on, I will post it on this channel, and I will also give you the credit for coming up with that one. So that's another one that's coming up. And then, of course, as always, troubleshooting will be in the final week. So 4 kind of different installments of the channel going forward, starting in 2024. And I'm trying to make this a lot more smoother, try to make it more professional looking, trying to just really home in my skills on this channel and make this something that that you guys as a viewer are going to like, and something that's not going to make me feel like a twit. Because I'm telling you, I had some issues with my titles on the last 3 or 4 episodes. I figured out what it was, and I don't want to have that problem going forward. All right, guys. Up next, they are taking on the Los Angeles Kings, and I'm going to be Debbie Downer here. I don't like the Oilers' chances tomorrow night. And boo, I know. But there's a lot of reasons behind it. And that's really breaks down into the stats. It also breaks down to the last times they met. I'm hoping for a win. I'll be extremely ecstatic if they win, but I am kind of I'll be surprised if they can actually pull off a win against the Los Angeles Kings. And we'll break down some of the numbers here. So the current record for the Edmonton Oilers is 16-15-1. Los Angeles 28-4. League rank, the Oilers are 25th in the league. Meanwhile, the LA Kings are 6th in the league. Currently on a 3-game winning streak are the Oilers. LA, they lost their last one. So you know that they're going to come in a little bit heavier and stronger, and want a little revenge for the fact that they are on a losing streak. Well, on a 1-game losing streak. excuse me, top sniper for the Oilers is, believe it or not, Zach Hyman. Not McDavid, Zach Hyman with 20 goals. For the LA Kings, it's Trevor Moore with 17. Connor McDavid is tied for points, sixth in the league at 45. Meanwhile, Anze Kopitar is tied for 36 with 33. Now, this next stat is what really have me convinced that this is going to be a tough game. Zach Hyman, for plus minus, is tied for 44th in the league with a plus 10. Okay, and he's our best Oiler with the plus minus. Anze Kopitar is tied with Adrian Kemp for 9th in the league at a plus 16. Now, to add to that, there are 5 Los Angeles Kings players in the top 20 with plus minus. So they're a stingy team. And here's another one that's going to really give you guys, you better take the aqua seltzer right now. Stuart Skinner, for goaltender, he is 47th in the league with an 891. Cam Talbot is 4th in the league with a 924. That's right. Former Edmonton Oilers goalie, Cam Talbot, 924. Ouch, that really hurts me. And then you put into fact the last 3 times they met, which was, they never played at all this season. It was all in last year's playoffs. April 23rd, Oilers 5, LA 4. April 25th, Edmonton 6, LA 3. April 29th, Edmonton 5, LA 3. They've lost 2 years against the Edmonton Oilers in the playoffs. They were ousted 2 years. This is going to be a team that is going to come out flying on all cylinders, flying out with such aggressive. Oh, man. I don't like the Oilers' chances. And I know that makes me the Debbie Downer of this. But if they win, guys, send me the messages saying, gee, look, have faith, man. But yeah, it's going to be a tough one. It really will be a very tough one. As far as some of the statistics go, for goals for, Oilers are 6th in the league with 3.5. The LA Kings are actually 3rd in the league with 3.53. Goals against, Edmonton is kind of hurting in this category with they are 21st in the league with 3.31 goals per game. They are improving, but they've had some horrible games that really drug them down. LA Kings are 1st in the league with goals against with a stingy 2.34 goals against. So they're a team that, again, knows how to defend very well, and then they got the goaltending there to help them out. When it comes to the penalty kill, Oilers are 18th at 9 point, am I reading that right? 9.6? Am I reading that right? I think I got that wrong here. Yeah, I think I got that wrong. So I don't know what the Oilers penalty kill is. The penalty kill for the LA Kings is 87%. Notable injuries. Dylan Holloway is still out for the Oilers, as well as Sam Gagner listed day-to-day. I haven't heard anything on Sam Gagner, if it was a busted jaw or what it was. For the LA Kings, Victor Arvidsson and Phoenix Copley. So it's gonna be definitely a tough game for the Edmonton Oilers tomorrow night, and we will see. We'll see what they can do. We will see what they can do. I think we can move on to final thoughts here. We go into basically the unofficial point of the halfway point. It's not quite there because it's an 82-game season, so 41 games played, and the Oilers are at 36. So there's technically another 5 games left before they actually meet the official point, but I always kind of consider Christmas as kind of the halfway point. And the Oilers made me a believer again. The Oilers made me a believer. Very impressed with how they played. I didn't expect them to go on that 8-game winning streak. And then they kind of let off the pedal again, went on a 3-game losing streak, and then back on a 3-game winning streak. I really, really hope to see the Oilers perform very well tomorrow. Guys, I know I said like I have a bad feeling about the outcome. I think LA is going to be hungry. I get it. But, yeah, we will see what they can actually do tomorrow. Chime in on this, guys. I want to hear your thoughts on armchair quarterback as well. Make it a realistic potential. And if I select your trade, then I will definitely go about posting it and giving you full credit on it. But that's it for me, I guess, guys. I am pretty much done here. So once again, guys, like I said, I've done a bunch of changes to the channel. I am still trying to work out my flow. Obviously, this is my first episode with the new look, the new thing. I think it went off pretty decently, and it's going to get smoother and smoother as I go on. I'm always nervous when I do these channels anyway, and that sometimes leads to some mistakes too, because I do want to present a very good thing. But if you guys are watching this for the very first time, please feel free to hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you think my content is sufficient to your needs. And if you do, please pass it on to other people. I would love to build this channel up more and more. And those of you that have been with me for the 3 years that I've been on, I thank you for supporting me and continue to support me. It is much appreciated, guys. That's about all I got for tonight, guys. Enjoy the game tomorrow. Let's go, boys. Let's beat LA. Let's prove me wrong tomorrow night. All right. I'm out, guys. You have a great evening.